and welcome back to Jim's Farming. Been a while since I last posted a video, but yeah, I thought I'd try and get back into it. So, gonna keep it quite quick. I'm just gonna do a quick follow-up review of the Kubota M6. As you can see, currently in it. Currently on helping get the last of the apples picked at Yaser. I think I've done videos of that in the past. So, what do I like, what don't I like? So, I'll start off with the dislikes and we'll try and finish off with some positives. Gotta say, general feeling about the tractor is positive. Main positive for me, it works. But no, it works. Price point, warranty, finance, 5 years warranty, 5 years finance, and it's been a good, cheap, reliable tractor. I've had the Kubota now, the M6, for 3 years, a little bit over, and it's caused no problems whatsoever. The dealer's about to come out a couple of times, a couple of like manufacturer recall type things, but that hasn't in any way affected our use. It's been very reliable. Cannot knock it at all from that perspective. Mostly the things that sort of get on my nerves, annoy me, are kind of cab related in the cab, which I guess is a positive, and they're things that it's not down to reliability. Reliability in a tractor is, I think, utmost importance, but really the things that I don't like are kind of layout related and design, and probably would be fairly straightforward to sort out if they were ever to do an update. Just spinning the camera around, here we go, looking down a muddy track, bit of blue sky, hooray. So we have here the indicator stem. Indicator stem also controls the lights. I've got a major issue with this. When you want to dip the lights, and you've got them on full beam, as we have now, you've got to roll this back here. Now, when it's dark and you're driving along in the dark, you've got to remember you need to roll it forwards. If you roll it the other way, which is very easy, and I actually did, you'll suddenly plunge into darkness. And going down the road at 40k, so not particularly quick, but feels quick in a tractor like this. When you're plunged into darkness, there is a bit of a safety sort of, there's a risk to that. Not what you want. So Kubota, I think you need to sort that out. And whilst I'm at it, talking about that stem and the dash, same instance, I was going down the road, it started to rain, and if I'm just sat back in the seat, my arm comes to here. Well, if I want to put the windscreen wipers on, I've got to lean forwards and press that button. If you've been lugging apples all day and you've got mud on the windscreen, you put the wipers on, button, you've got mud smeared across the windscreen, you can't see anything much. And what do you do then? You want to put the screen wash on. So you've got to lean forwards, press that button in to put the screen wash out and clear the windscreen. Well, that's not a particularly comfortable position to be in whilst you're driving along the road trying to concentrate on the road. So I do feel that something needs to be done on this tractor about that stem with the lights. Whether another stem's put in to operate the windscreen wipers and the screen wash. It could really do with a more conventional light dipper to flick it forwards and backwards. Yeah, I'm not very happy with that, to be quite honest. And that's the first time I've really sort of experienced using that on the road. I mean, running around home, rarely meet a car, so just going between field and farm, it's not very often. So that's the first time I've actually encountered that issue. So yeah, please Kubota, could you rectify that if you do an update on this tractor? We'll just jump out real quick. The tractor is currently pretty well coated in mud, as you may see. It's pretty dirty. Right, you may notice here at the back, taking the top link off. And I've also taken the PTO guard off, and that is because it's very difficult to see the pickup hitch because of the PTO guard. I mean, it's pretty straightforward to take off, but unfortunately this bottle here that takes the leakage from the valves there, sits on a bracket that's on the side of the guard, just down in there. So that's just hanging about. I've got a feeling actually the pipe's blocked, so I will at some point have a look at that, put an airline up for it. But yeah, but the visibility of the pickup hitch is great. Someone who's a bit taller than myself may be able to see a bit better when they're sat on the seat looking at the back, but yeah, visibility there is a little bit poor. I've known about that before. Actually at the moment, now taking that guard off is fine. Two more main gripes with the tractor. First one being annoying beeping noise it occasionally makes. I'll just pop the handbrake off, sit for the seat, there we go. Safety thing, obviously, just remind you the handbrake isn't on. Quite often leaning out the back, take your bum off the seat and looking at the hitch and it beeps at you. It gets very annoying. There's a few things that make it beep at you, that being one. Another one, which is probably the most annoying, is when you've got the kind of headland management system to shut the PTO off engaged and you've got it lifted up and it's shut off. It then gives an intermittent beep 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 beep. So you've got to listen to that all day if you're out drilling or something when you're turning around. It gets quite annoying. I don't really think it's that necessary. Obviously it's a safety sort of noise reminding you it's engaged, but does it really need to make that noise? I haven't experienced that on any other tractor. So yeah, that's very annoying. Another reason it beeps at you is when the AdBlue gets down to 40%. You get a occasional intermittent beep just to remind you you have just less than half a tank of AdBlue. Oh no. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Surely, come on, it could be set at like 20%. Also beeps at you sometimes when you're sort of feathering the clutch and sticks it into neutral just to kind of protect the clutch, I believe. Then you just got to stick the clutch all the way in and get into forwards or reverse. That's not so annoying. Just tells you you're in neutral, I guess, and you need to do something about it. The final beep really is it just does a little beep when you've got it in auto mode on the power shift, and just when you're going up and down. That's a very kind of soft beep. Someone did suggest to me stick a bit of silicone in the beeper. I think it's up behind the pillar there, but yeah, or just cut the wire. To be honest, I don't really want to be doing that, but yeah, it does get annoying after a while. Final thing that annoys me is this little fella. So this screen here, I believe it's Tellus Go Kverneland screen, essentially, other sort of in Kubota colours. This was an extra we had to buy. I think it was a bit over £2,000 to have said headland management system. So it'll drop the revs, you can program that there, set up a sequence or set the height the PTO cuts off at. Well, occasionally, and it's happened several times when I've been drilling, this is just frozen up and stopped working. I mean, it does a lot of other things. I mean, this Isobus works through it supposedly. We haven't actually got any Isobus implements, but yeah, it shows you all the sort of parameters and operating parameters. You've got various screens. I think there's 3 different screens you can sort of set up. Record fuel usage and working time area covered. Although if we go to the last screen where you put in the like working widths, here, so I'll change that. I'm not sure if it is actually working now, but this, when I first started using it, it wouldn't actually save anything to the screen. I had to go into the dashboard screen, which is a lot more basic, and put working width in there, and then the sort of recorded areas and things started being populated. So it's all very well, you think, oh, I'll record the fuel usage and how long I've been working, but then it freezes up. You have to unplug it here at the back. It's the only way I've found to and get it going again, and like get the management, the PTO shut off going. You got to shut it, unplug it, plug it back in, throws up an error code on the dashboard, that soon disappears, and off you go again. But you lose all that saved data. So it would have been nice if I didn't have to have that. We haven't got any ISOBUS implements, like I said, and it was kind of just an inbuilt feature to the tractor. I'm sure it wouldn't be that difficult to implement, just a basic sort of recording, sequence recording system, like I think we used to have on our old John Deere. But yeah, for what it cost, I don't feel it really does justify itself. Other than that, can't really complain a lot. The cab, perhaps, we're a bit limited on storage space. I've got my shopping bag of coffee flask in there on the passenger seat, but there's a little bit of storage space just here. But I've got my lunchbox there. There's a little shelf here, little pocket down there, a bit of storage in there. But yeah, quite limited on storage space. I mean, could have put something up in the roof. I've had in John Deere's in the past. Probably space for that. But no, on the whole, actually, the cab's pretty good. Actually, with the exception, the seat doesn't twist. It would be really nice if you could twist the seat round, just to stop you having to crane your neck when you're looking back behind and you're doing some land work or whatever. But no, cab's pretty good, great visibility, got nice big like panoramic doors, nice big windscreen. There is a little roof lighty thing here, but actually I'd never use that. I think that's supposed to be there to aid loader use, but this section here I find is in the way. Take a call, gotta go and move the trailer. Yeah, rarely use that. There's pretty good visibility through the front windscreen anyway with the loader. It's very rare that I can't see enough. The only thing that could probably improve there is making a little sunroof, so just to let a bit of fresh air in on occasion. It's nice to do that, because other than that you can only open the back window, and then you just let in hot air off the back end. So wing mirrors, you've got a nice feature of having a kind of double mirror. There we go. Nice visibility down by the wheel, and nice big mirror up above. Not electric or anything, but pretty easy to move around, adjustable. Got the kind of control arm here. Not sure what Kubota officially call it. You've got the power shuttle. You've got forwards and reverse on there. Auto button, which pretty much got engaged all the time when I've been down here in the orchards, and in high box. And it's actually really nice. You've got 8 gears for it to go up and down through. And you can just kind of forget about it then. And yeah, of course, got the sort of 4-wheel drive, and currently got bi-speed steering on. Really useful for swinging into some of these apple roads. They're a bit tight. Auto diff, PTO, so it's all there. Like I said, might have been better off just not bothering with that and just using this. You just need to click it back to turn it off. Small valves just here, 3 of those. Working lights, they're here. Annoying thing about these, you press the button, it turns all lights on, including the flashing tits on the top. And yeah, you don't really want to be one of those people who keep those on all the time. So it'd be nice if that didn't turn on when you turn the lights on, so you have to turn that on separately. This button here is obviously heating something, but I'm not entirely sure what. I'll have to look in the book for that. yeah, we've got some power sockets, a couple of USBs, kind of got a walkie-talkie in there, so I don't know what's going on because I haven't got a CB, but USB sockets, battery isolator, suspension, all the radio's pretty basic, but it's a little Bluetoothy thing so I can get the phone through it. Cigarette lighter socket, got another 12 volt down there, and can control the oil flow to the valves on the back from in the cab, which is a nice feature, although I did have one of them get a bit jammed. I thought James was coming down to me, but actually he is. So we're up this road. So yeah, actually cab pretty good, quite a comfortable ride, a bit rough in places down here. We've got the suspension, front axle, and there's some mechanical suspension in the cab, which is nice to have. I haven't had that before in a tractor. That pretty much covers most things. So gearbox, pretty good. Here the auto jumping up through the gears at the moment. That's probably the first, it's the most I've used that feature on here. Let these apples out. Works really nicely, I'll say. Occasionally it does seem to get a bit stuck. Don't know what that is. But yeah, that's good. Engine, pretty smooth really. I was loaded from straw out earlier in the year. Drives loaded and a bit curious about the tractor, and said it, commented on how smooth it sounded. Big old 6.1 litre 4-cylinder, just sort of ticks over quite nicely doing jobs like that. And yeah, mentioning the loader, it's just a 2.2 ton capacity Kubota branded MX loader. I think the front linkage is also MX. Yeah, it works okay. Probably in hindsight we would have gone for hydraulic levelling. It would have given us another 0.2 of a ton lift capacity. Just help with things like loading grain out. The front linkage works off the joystick, and that works quite nicely. This year actually acquired a front press, which was always a plan. 1.5 metre front press, it just fits between the wheels. I think that certainly helps drilling into the ploughing, which is all we've done so far, and probably all we're going to do this year. I think everything will be ploughed, so it'll be a good reset on everything. But yeah, it manages that well, and it's very simple. You just push the joystick straight forwards and it detents into a float position. So yeah, that seems to have certainly helped with the drill, worked it less hard, definitely. What else can I say? Something on the silage. Yeah, fuel usage. The last field I drilled, I think I used 120 litres to drill 12 acres. So I'd say that's pretty good. I always felt this tractor's a little bit thirsty. It's probably uses a bit more fuel than our old John Deere, but it's a bigger engine, so more power, so you can kind of appreciate that. It has got the one thing that kind of sets it apart from the John Deere is, or lacks, whereas the John Deere has, is any power boost in work and on the PTO. It would be nice if there was a bit of power boost. I mean, this engine does. They do get 170 horsepower out of it on the bigger brother, the M7 series. So it would be nice if you had that, but probably that would come at an extra cost. But it's been perfectly ample for what we want. Occasionally, when it's a bit hard going, it would have been nice to have a bit more grunt, but then you just drop it down a few gears. So not a major issue. Yeah, going back to fuel usage, yeah, so I thought that was pretty good. We have, the only reason I know that, this year we bought a new diesel tank, and that's got a fuel meter on it, so it's quite interesting to see what you are using. I mean, we have the performance monitor here, but as I said, not that reliable, and actually that was saying I was using less than what the meter said. So unless the meter's out, I don't know. But yeah, so all things considered, I mean, the price was right. 5 years 0% finance, I do think Kubota might still be offering 5 years warranty. We did a deal with the servicing to 2,000 hours, so got a couple more services in on that, paid for. I think it was a good decision to have this. Yeah, for someone like us, small mixed farm, good tractor. So yeah, hopefully that's useful to some people. The little insights I've given then, just given. It's the Kubota still gets a big thumbs up. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll do some more videos over the next few weeks when I'm out planting again. Dad's been out planting today, getting some stalls turned over for second weeks. We've got some winter beans to go in as well, and yeah, fingers crossed the weather stays right. Catch you again soon. So there was me talking about the screen freezing up, as you can see. Oh bloody hell, here we go, it has frozen up, and I would imagine, I'm pretty sure that's something I hadn't mentioned, the DPF regen, so you can see those lights flashing there. Pretty sure it's currently doing a regen. So you can do a part regen, I haven't actually mentioned that before. And you normally see this number here climbing, gets pretty high, I guess 600 degrees or something like that. Obviously edge of revs are frozen, it's, yeah, not a lot happening, so might upset it a bit, but I'll unscrew the plug on the back and then whack it back in, and behold, error code, and now it's rebooting. It doesn't take very long, but hopefully it should be working again. And if I press escape, that's cleared, although we do have a little red light on there, that's now gone. Yeah, give it a second or two. It's back to life, and it is working again, and as I said, it is doing a DPF regen. So yeah, DPF's pretty hot. So yeah, not a fan of this thing, and I do need to just go back to the dealership and just mention it to them, so perhaps we can get something done about it. Yeah, I say, a bit frustrating. Does just seem to be doing it more frequently of late.